What I'm going to tell you today is how to create scalable and successful factory IoT solution. Do you feel you don't know where to start from? Or what is the killer application for your company? Or do you feel that you don't have enough information on technologies used for IoT solutions and therefore you don't feel confident? Don't worry, a lot of people feel this way about IoT solutions because yes, it's a complicated field. There are lots of hype around IoT. In this presentation, I will tell you how you should handle these questions based on the experience I have gained with my customers through the years. So first, let's take a look at some main points that always rise up when we talk about scalable IoT solutions. I will start with technology related items, but don't worry, it's going to be brief because that's really enough for you. So how will factories be built in the future? Right now, the world is wired. In wired solutions, a core of the solution is a gateway or industrial PC, where all different solutions should be connected to one way or other. This causes problems because often it leads to a very complex and expensive system because all parts of the solution must support numerous different protocols and interfaces. So, as you know, we are moving towards a wireless world. There won't be one single way to route data to a master system, but instead lots of different ways to send data to factory system. This kind of diversity makes it possible for us to choose the most optimal solution to be used for collecting data in any process phase. The data will be collected from various sources by using various technologies and connectivity protocols to the cloud. I will take an example of a real IoT use case built together with Stora Enso, the renewable material company, as they say. It's an old company too. They have the world's oldest stock certificate from the year 1288. That's an interesting story. Please check it out. This grand old company is also extremely modern and advanced in digitalization. We created this valve monitoring solution together with them. I have brought this demo setup of the solution here. There are thousands of valves in paper mill. Sometimes, especially after service breaks, the valves can be left to wrong position. The massive production losses can happen if the process can't be started on time. So let me use this also as an example for the technical aspects that are often raised. Let's talk about connectivity. By that time we started with Stora Enso. We had already years of experience on mesh connectivity used between sensor devices. However, we were doing something many haven't done before. So even I was concerned for how wireless connectivity would work there in an industrial environment. So we started with a pilot, a tiny pilot. So I will take two main points here 2 points good to know, good to remember. Many times I have been asked if we use 5G. And yes, we do. But this question is often asked with the assumption that IoT requires 5G. 5G is meant for vast amount of data transferred with very short latency. And there is not one connectivity that fits for all purposes, but numerous ways to route data and route it on optimal way. After all, the amount of data is very limited in sensor-based IoT solutions. And mesh connectivity is the only one that is truly scalable. It doesn't require tons of gateways, and because devices can communicate with each other, it means you can route data from the very challenging corners of the factory to a gateway and so on. Actually, my point here is not connectivity, nor the fact that the mesh connectivity is the best one. But the point is that do not focus on technology. Set the goal, what needs to be measured, and let your partner to find the right technologies and connectivities. The second point here is to make a pilot. Try. By taking small steps, you will soon know what you need and what will be the master use case you will benefit the most from. As Stora Enso did, just take a brave step and challenge the partner to fulfill your needs. Let's move on to scalability. It's a crucial aspect when building a successful IoT solution. For sure, connectivity is one element in the scalability aspect, but the list of other things is long. So truly wireless requires no wires. And then the devices needs to be battery operated or harvest energy somehow. So all this requires very low power consumption, like long-lasting standalone devices. Easy and quick installation. Easy and quick installation saves resources, which then saves money and makes a solution easier to invest on. A huge benefit is also to have a solution that doesn't require to stop the production process to install the sensors. I also cannot emphasize enough the importance of not needing to change the existing machines to the digital ones, but making the current factory machines and tools digital by adding retrofitted sensor solutions. Next, see cloud as a potential, not as a threat. If you are not ready for that now, please prepare for the fact that sooner or later all data will be in the cloud. Focus on how you can do that securely. If cloud doesn't fit to your today's safety rules, then you can use edge solution. Moving to the life cycle. The fact is that you cannot expect a lifetime of some 30 years from modern electronics. For example, a lifetime of an industrial valve can be 30 years. But we all know that if you reserve components for that long, you must reserve huge storages, and most probably the support for the electronics ends earlier. No one expects that long usage time for PCs either. Finally, There are often very harsh conditions at factories. So test the solution and test again if you develop something totally new. However, keep the balance here. Do not over-design and decrease scalability of the solution in terms of costs. Now, let's go back to the valve monitoring solution and reflect those things we have gone through. So here I have valve monitoring demo. So it has very simple wireless battery operated device. Very easy to install this generic bracket here, and mesh connectivity between the sensor devices. So this is very easy to install without stopping the process. So retrofitted sensor device. So all these things makes this very scalable. So now I'm going to turn some of these valves. So just you can turn the valve. This way it, and like this. So now devices they communicate with each other and send data to gateway, and gateway takes data to forward to the factory system. As you see, you have real-time valve data here. This is not industrial level dashboard, but just demo dashboard built for this demo. So here you can really see how simple the solution to this problem actually is. So don't think technology. Think your process, your operations. So what are your bottlenecks in your process and operations? What is very common for the IoT market in general is that the most of the projects are delayed. I'd encourage you to start. Do not take unnecessary big steps at the beginning. And do not think digitalization is too big thing, but start eating it piece by piece. The most important thing is to start, and start now. So that way you know what you need. And soon you can set targets to real commercial deployments. And large deployments require clear plans and clearly set goals. When you start early, you gain understanding, and when you involve as large internal team as early as you can, then it's easier to create future plans together. Internal sales activities are required for any new solution. And actually that's the one thing which also slow down IoT deployments. But when people are on board, it's easier to plan the future. So again, start now and involve as large internal team as early as you can. Those are simply the best building blocks for creating successful and scalable IoT solutions.